ever visit Agada Village, there is one thing you will never forget the day you set your eyes on Bisi and Tola. Those girls were not just ugly. They were ugly, ugly. The kind of ugly that made babies cry and go to run for shelter. People said the day they were born, even the midwife fainted. Bisi, the elder one, her eyes were so wide apart that whenever she blinked, villagers said it looked like two windows closing at different times. Tola, the younger one, her teeth were spaced like abandoned houses. You could drive a kekeni pep through them. But the girls didn't send anybody. They walked around like beauty queens. Every morning, they painted their faces with makeup that didn't match their skin tone at all. Bisi's foundation always made her look like a peeled plantain. Tola's lipstick was so red that villagers called her Blood Tola. Worst part, their eyelashes were so long and heavy, one breeze could carry them away like palm fronds. And the clothes, those girls dressed like they were fighting fashion physically. Color riot everywhere. Pink gown with green belt, orange heels, purple socks. They wore everything at once. But they walked with confidence like, make way for the most beautiful sisters in Agada. The villagers suffered. Children would run after them singing Bisi and Tola, 2 horror movies, one eye here, one eye there. Who go marry them oh? Nobody oh. The girls always hissed loudly and shouted back, jealous people everywhere, beauty no dey your family abi. They called themselves the Fine Sisters. Villagers preferred the Calamity Twins. After a long day of causing havoc, Bisi and Tola would sit quietly. Bisi removed her long eyelashes and whispered, Tola, you think say na our fault say we fine like this? Tola would sigh deeply and reply, no be our fault, na the world no get taste. They would laugh it off, but the truth was the insults were getting heavier. The songs were louder. Even the goats had started avoiding their path. One evening, after a long day of mockery that even the market women refused to sell them pepper, the sisters sat outside their hut. Tola said quietly, Bisi, I no sure say I fit continue like this. For once, Bisi didn't argue. She stared into space like someone calculating her destiny. Tola, we can't stay like this forever. Something must change. We need a miracle. The next morning, Agada Village woke up in peace for the first time in months. Bisi and Tola shouting clear road for beauty queens. The villagers were confused. Mama Pelumi, the gossip minister of the whole community, squinted her eyes and sniffed the air. Where those 2 calamity girls dey? She asked, her voice loud enough to wake the ancestors. Nobody knew. Usually by that hour, Bisi and Tola would be in the market forcing people to greet them. But today, silence. Some women even thanked God and danced small, thinking the twins had finally repented. But inside their small house, the sisters were packing. Bisi folded her oversized yellow wig. Tola wrapped her red lipstick like it was gold. Their plan from the night before had become reality. They were leaving Agada Village. As they packed, Tola whispered, you think say Agada go miss us? Bisi snorted. Now because they are not get another set of people to laugh at. Before leaving, Bisi stood in front of their cracked mirror and touched her cheek gently. Tola, I want better. I want people to see me and faint with beauty, not fear. Tola nodded slowly. Me too. I want fine life. I want fine husband. Then they stepped outside. The morning sun hit their faces so harshly, even the sun seemed shocked. A passing woman screamed, Jesu, una still dey here? Bisi hissed, no worry, you no go see us again. And with that, the Fine Sisters marched toward the forest path leading out of the village. They didn't even look back. Behind them, Mama Pelumi nearly fainted from surprise. Then don't go, just like that. No farewell insult. The whole village buzzed with excitement. Peace don't finally enter Agada. God don't answer our prayer. Bisi and Tola trekked into the bush path, their hearts shaking, but their minds determined. But they had heard rumors of a woman in a faraway area called Arenu, a mysterious woman who people whispered could transform people's destiny. The moment the twins heard that, Tola had grabbed Bisi's hand and shouted, "Face rearrangement, now that's what we need." After walking for hours, they reached a narrow path. Tola paused. "Kai, Bisi, you sure say this woman did this direction?" Bisi, who had been leading the way like she knew anything. "Yes now, I hear say if you pass this tree, na there the road to Areno start." Tola eyed the tree. Before they could argue, a strange humming sound came from inside the forest. Whoom, whoom. The sisters froze. Tola gripped Bisi's arm so tightly that Bisi shouted, Tola, you won't scatter my hand?" "I dey fear," Tola whispered, shaking. "You no hear that sound?" But Bisi raised her chin like she was born brave. "Abeg, leave that thing. Nothing fit scare me." Immediately she said that, a big lizard jumped out from the bush. Bisi screamed. Tola screamed. Even the lizard moved confused. They ran down the path. After a few minutes of running, they finally slowed down, panting like goats climbing hill. "Bisi," Tola said, still shaking, "you sure say we no go die for this bush?" Bisi wiped sweat mixed with powder from her forehead. "If we die, at least we die trying to become fine. Better than living in Agada and hear insult every day." Tola thought about it and nodded. Hours passed. Their legs were trembling. Their arms were weak. Their clothes were wet with sweat. Just when Tola was ready to sit on the ground and cry, they saw something. A small hut. Tola swallowed hard. "Bisi, this place they look like trouble, oh?" Bisi's eyes were shining with excitement. "Trouble? My sister, now miracle this one they smell like." Before Tola could protest, Bisi marched straight to the hut and knocked. Tap, tap, tap. Then a voice, deep and old and echoing, rolled from inside. "Enter." The girls froze. Tola whispered, "Bisi, maybe we should go back and think about this thing well." Bisi hissed, "You won't go back to Agada where people they sing for our head? Never." She pushed the curtain made of raffia and stepped inside. Tola followed, shaking like a dancing leaf. In the middle of the room sat a woman. Her back was bent. Her hair was long and grey. The moment the twins entered, the woman looked up. A slow smile spread across her face, and she said, "So, the famous daughters of shame have finally come." Bisi and Tola gasped at the same time. Bisi swallowed hard. Tola's knees were vibrating like generator wey went off. Finally, Bisi found her voice. "Mama, you know us?" The woman ignored her. She motioned for them to sit on the mat before her. The twins looked at each other. Bisi nodded. Tola almost fainted. The woman's eyes moved slowly from one face to the other. "You have suffered. You have been mocked. You have cried when nobody was watching." Bisi whispered, "Mama, we just want to be fine, beautiful, pretty. Anything we go make Agada people shut up." The woman shook her head slowly. "You think beauty is small thing? You think it is like buying powder or wearing wig? If I give you what you want, your lives will never be the same." Tola grabbed Bisi's arm. "Bisi, I no like this thing, oh." But Bisi didn't move. Her eyes were fixed on the old woman. "Mama, we are ready. Anything what you tell us to do, we go do am." The woman stopped muttering. She looked at the girls again, deeply. Then she said, "Beauty is not free. Transformation is not cheap.
Every blessing has a price. Tola's voice broke. What price? If you truly want to change your destiny, meet me by the river of echoes at midnight. Tola's eyes widened. River of what? Echoes, the woman repeated. A place where the water hears your heart and decides your fate. Bisi nodded slowly. We will come. Choose carefully. Beauty can destroy faster than ugliness. They grabbed each other's hands and ran out of the hut like two chickens. Tola was panting. Bisi, this thing don't pass my power. Oh. But Bisi, who always liked forming brave, raised her chin. Tola, listen. If this river of echoes fit change our life, we must go. I no fit go back Agada looking like broken statue. They returned to the small spot under a big iroko tree to rest. Tola shivered and wrapped her arms around herself. Tisi, what if this river no dey? What if she just want make we go lost for forest? Bisi paused. If we stay ugly for life, now we go blame ourselves. I ready to take the risk. Tola sighed. Okay, but at least make we rest small before we go. They both lay on the ground, but sleep refused to come. Finally, midnight approached. Bisi stood up. Tola, time don't reach. Tola's legs were shaking, but she stood. Together, the sisters followed the narrow path the old woman had described earlier. Suddenly, they heard it. A soft humming sound, like someone singing underwater. And then they saw it, the river of echoes. The water glowed faintly. Tola grabbed Bisi's arm. The sisters stepped closer. Then from behind them, a stick tapped the ground. They froze. Slowly, they turned around. It was the old woman. She raised her staff. My daughters, she said, her voice echoing like three voices speaking at once. You have come. Bisi whispered, Yes, Mama. The old woman pointed at the river. Enter the water one by one. Speak your desire, and the river will decide your fate. And together, holding hands tightly, they stepped into the glowing river.
The river began to make small ripples around them, like it was tasting them. Then, a voice whispered from the water, Speak your desire. The sisters looked at each other. Bisi swallowed hard. My name na Bisi, and I want fine. Fine to people go faint. Tola raised her hand shyly. I just want fresh. Not too fine, just fresh. But Bisi, she want fine like she get contract with angels. The river hummed, swelling around their legs. But suddenly, the glowing water rose, circling Bisi alone. Tola stepped back. Bisi, why the river they select you? Bisi smiled proudly. Tola, maybe na me the spirits like pass. Before she finished talking, the river pulled her under. Tola screamed so loud, even birds flew away. Bisi! But before she could jump in, the river gently pushed her back to the shore like a big schist. Hey God, river, why you carry only Bisi? The old woman appeared again. Tola pointed at her with shaking fingers. Mama, river don't thief my sister. The river chooses who it will swallow and who it will spit out. Tola gasped. Inside the glowing water, Bisi was being turned round and round like clothes inside washing machine. But then, the river stilled. Bisi slowly rose from the water, but something was wrong. Her face wasn't glowing, her skin wasn't smooth. In fact, she looked uglier, like the river mistakenly added extra ugly instead of beauty. Her forehead was now huge. Her nose had doubled in confidence and size. Her lips were struggling for balance. Tola screamed and covered her eyes. Ah, Bisi, what is this thing? Bisi touched her face. Her voice cracked. Tola, how I be? Tola whispered. You be, Bisi, you resemble village sacrifice. Bisi screamed. Mama,
Why river do me like this? The old woman raised one eyebrow. The river only reveals what is already inside you. Bisi froze. Inside me? Mama no lie oh, this face no dey inside me before. The old woman turned her head slowly. Your sister's heart is full of envy, pride. The river reflected her true self. Bisi screamed louder. So because I want fine, river come disgrace me? But then, the river suddenly glowed again. The old woman turned sharply. Tola, me? Mama leave me oh. I no want enter again. I no want transformation. I no want anything. But the water rose gently, like he wanted her. Tola, the river is calling you. Call who? I the deaf, Mama. I no hear anything. Bisi sniffed. Tola, I beg go. Maybe river go do your own well. No, I no want fine again. I like my ugliness like this. I'm okay. Tola, the river whispered, and with a faint scream that sounded like, Yepa! Tola slipped and fell into the glowing water. Then the whisper returned. Speak your desire. Tola trembled. My name na Tola, and I no want be the sinus. I just want small beauty, small glow. The river hummed. Then, whoom. The river pulled her under for 1 second and pushed her back out. Tola gasped for air. Then she stepped out of the water slowly. The old woman nodded. Bisi blinked, then blinked again. Her mouth hung open like damaged door hinge. Tola, is that you? Tola touched her face. Her skin was smooth. Her features were soft and bright. She wasn't small fine. She was legit beautiful. Tola gasped. Bisi, see my face. My face is soft like bread. Bisi touched her own new monstrous face and nearly fainted. How your own fine past my own? I be firstborn. I be senior. This river no get respect. The old woman spoke quietly. The river rewards humility and punishes pride. Bisi started wailing like ambulance siren. Tola, see my face. My man go run. Children go cry. Goats go fear me. Tola tried not to laugh. I hate this river. I hate this forest. I hate this night. The old woman lifted her staff again and disappeared. Bisi, no cry. Even if your face spoils small, you still be my sister. Bisi managed a smile. Thank you. But I beg, when we reach village, walk in front. I don't want to make people ask if you rescue me from under bridge. Tola laughed. The sun rose over Agada Village. For the first time in months, the village felt a strange calm. Then suddenly, Bisi, Tola, una don return? The villagers' eyes popped. The market women dropped baskets of yams. The sisters stepped onto the main road. The children whispered, Ah, na Bisi and Tola. Then giggled nervously. Which one be the pretty one? Bisi's jaw dropped. She stomped her foot. I be the older. I be firstborn. Respect me. Tola ignored her. She walked with the confidence of a queen. The villagers stared. Some men even fainted a little, not from fear this time, but from beauty. The sisters laughed together. For the first time, laughter did not hurt. It was their laughter. The old insults, the market songs, the whispers, they no longer mattered. The villagers slowly realized that the twins had changed, but in different ways. Some learned a lesson that day. Beauty is not about what people see. Sometimes it's about how you carry yourself. And sometimes, even if you are scary, kindness can still make people respect you.